Yes.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Ohayo gozaimasu, konnichiwa, konbanwa, wherever you are in the world. This is actually part 2 of the League of Opportunities for June of 2024. We've got 4 speakers lined up, and as we did yesterday, 15 hours or so ago for part 1, we'll likely finish a little bit early, and then I encourage those of you in the room to share anything else that you have that's new. We have 4 really incredible folks with organizations that have some really exciting things going on. I've been really excited to learn more about overdrive services, and I think Andrew Rauch was scheduled to speak, and he may be here, but Bob Howard, I know, is here. And Bob is an extraordinary leader who has, like our Global Chamber Manila Executive Director, Colin Christie, a passion for the Philippines and the ability for them to have some really extraordinary talent that can be applied around the world for your company. And so Bob is based in Dallas, so is Overdrive Services, but working globally. And he'll kick us off today. League of Opportunities really is ideally focused in on what's new and what's different and what perhaps our members may not yet know about. So these are opportunities. As almost everything that we do, we try to tend toward giving members new opportunities, new connections, strategic connections to grow your business. Reach out anytime and certainly attend any of the hundreds of events that make sense for you. This is a great one to be at, and so I'm sure you're going to pull away some great information and great connections, starting with Bob. Bob, thank you for joining us today. Appreciate you taking the time to share more. Please go ahead.
My pleasure. It's delighted to be able to meet you all and to be able to talk a little bit about our company. Now, I have a little presentation deck, and do you have that, Doug, or shall I ask for your permission to share that?
Yeah, you can just share it, I think. It should be fine.
Okay. Here we go. All right, are you seeing, here we go, Overdrive Service. Is everyone seeing this?
It's not, it's showing your Zoom screen. Right. So it just needs to show a different one. I see, let's see, there's the email from Elisa.
Yeah, me just, sorry about, I'm not the most technical person here. So let me see here.
We'll figure it out. And if you send it to Lisa, she's in the call, so she could, oh, there we go. Perfect.
Okay, let me,
it looks like some good stuff is happening right now.
Switch this, so you're not seeing all of this other stuff here. Here we go. Now, are you seeing just the one frame, or
we're seeing all of them. So okay. Somewhere there's probably a slideshow one, right?
Yeah, should be slideshow. Yeah, it's up at the top of your screen if you look. You just have to do from the beginning. Go to from the beginning at the left-hand side. Up, yeah, there you go. So then it.
Do you see now? Do you see it now?
No.
No.
Oh, maybe the
actually
next
go to the bottom of the screen. Go to the bottom right of the screen, and you see the
bottom right.
Bottom right where you can percentage for that, and you'll see a little presentation button right there.
Getting a good start here.
Yeah, and you know, quite honestly, we can see the slides, so I
All
would
right.
say, you know, this, and the ones in the left side are too small to read. So I would say what you've got probably could work.
All
Bob,
right.
You asked me how I was doing. How you doing?
I'm doing, I'm doing all right. All right. Well, thank you again for having me on here today. I so appreciate being a member of the chamber and meeting so many extraordinary people. So it's a real honor for me. Andrew, as Doug mentioned, has been a chamber member and was with Improving. And last year, Andrew joined our organization. We're about a 25 or 6-year-old company, beginning back in those days working on the sales and marketing workflow primarily. And as our clients grew, we became more operationally focused on other work streams as well. So since the beginning, we've been providing operational consulting and business process outsourcing, and in almost every work stream. And by work stream, I mean sales and marketing, the whole stream, finance from end to end, engineering, law, and others. So we can give tribe members and your clients, if you'll let us do that, higher performing operations and sometimes even a competitive advantage through consulting and outsourcing. So in this 25 years of experience, we've worked on just about every work stream. I think we've consulted with about 1,100 clients over this long period of time. Some of the most common pain points that that people have and that we look at are described here in this current state, future state frame. You know, less than adequate growth, pressure on yields, turnover, and typically in the word poor or inadequate return on time and invested capital. So we help drive best outcomes. We're really an outcome-oriented company. Whatever a company needs to perform better, we'll either help them do it or find partners like you all to help them get it done. So driving the best outcomes is what we do. You can see on the right some of the outcomes that I've listed here. And really, we believe that achieving operational mastery in each of the core work streams not only creates a more profitable and peaceful culture, but also makes life better for everybody. So that's our kind of our tagline is we make life better for all those that we can help, be it our friends, our clients, our partners, their staffs, and also gives us the opportunity to give to the communities and them as well. So our target markets really, primary industries to which we're focused are quite a few actually. We have served a huge number of VC and private equity backed companies. So that's a route to, if you will, to their portfolio companies. We've helped many of them. Professional and general business services, logistics, and we've been working especially hard in the nonprofit area, healthcare, software as a service, and technology, of course. And an ideal client for us really is a company that wants to grow and improve operationally. Some of the clients we have are much bigger than those that you see here in the segments, but they don't have full adoption on their project management or their ERP or their strategic planning. So we help in redesigning some of those business processes and then backfill with our people that are mainly in the Philippines, although we have a small presence in Latin America as well. We want to build partnerships with other consultancies and business process outsourcers as well, and share, work with them, and see to the extent that we can be a good partner for them. Irene Hernandez, who's on the call today, will drop a media kit which has links to 3 use cases, which I think you'll find interesting on how we worked with 3 completely different sorts of companies. So how can the tribe help us? You're already doing it. You can weigh in and provide insight on our business, and on the market. Which way is the market going? What are you seeing out there? Where are some opportunities that we should be aware of? And just feedback on our business generally is always very helpful. We get too self-centric sometimes, I think, because we're so operationally focused. Our objective, of course, is to be at a level where we're always trying to achieve mastery in our own operations and the delivery that we make and in our teaming with our clients. If we can help our client become more highly operationally effective, or even approaching mastery in these core work streams, that in and of itself creates a competitive advantage for them because of the efficiency it gains and the cultural piece that it brings. We'd love to connect and collaborate with other CEOs, particularly those with growing companies. I'd love, we have a number of great people advising us and helping us, and Doug, you're certainly one of them. And where possible, of course, we love the opportunity to try to help you if we can, if there's something we can do to help you and your clients as well.
Fantastic.
And one other thing, if you don't mind my continuing just for another minute here, we're happy to offer a free consultation around the 10 primary things we like to say imperatives, the 10 imperatives, the 10 things that any growing organization must get right in order to grow and be competitive. Irene will be dropping a link to a sign up section of our website for such a consultation. We'd love to be able to just team with you and have a little insight into your business and see if there's anything we can do to help you. And we do this for our friends. There's no cost to it. And everywhere that we've been in the last quarter century, there have been similar issues and in these 10 groups of imperatives, if you will, things you have to get right, such as your sales and marketing process, such as the human capital, your messaging, the leadership team there, and then there are a number of drill downs associated with those. So take advantage of that if you'd like to. Happy to give it to you. And in conclusion, thank you so much for listening to me today, and I look forward to meeting you all in individual Zoom meetings and working with you if possible.
Thank you, Bob. When did you start the company?
Started it in late 1996. So
okay.
I think we're about 26 years old now.
Okay, congratulations. So many companies, over 1,000 helped, and passionate about process, passionate about success, passionate about globalization, and passionate about service. And so those are all key characteristics of the global tribe. So thank you for your leadership. And if there are any quick questions. I don't see anybody's hands raised. I encourage you because we're out of time, we need to keep moving. If you have questions for Bob, please put them in the chat, send them to me or to Cesar or to info@globalchamber.org. We also now have Global Chamber communities, GC communities. You'll be able to, as a member, connect in there. Some of you have already started getting in. We're kind of taking it a little bit slow because we're just learning how to use it without spamming and without kind of stuff that sometimes happens with communities. And we had a little bit of that early this week, and now we seem to have gotten our act together, and we'll continue to see that roll out over the next weeks and months to allow members to gain more access. One of the great things, and thank you, Bob. Please feel free to put your information in the chat if you haven't, you and Irene,
Thank you,
for all of you. I want to introduce a couple people quickly who are characteristic of the global tribe, similar to how I described Bob. One is Bill Edwards. Bill Edwards has nearly 50 years of international experience and lived internationally, so many different places, including Indonesia. Bill is an expert, and every 2 weeks sends out a world view of what's going on and uses his expertise to be able to help companies. He is the #1 international franchise leader on growing internationally, but he also has a wide range of market segment expertise. Bill, could you just say hi? And is there anything going on in your world that we should know about?
Good morning. Thank you, Doug. I'd be happy to have people sign up for the newsletter. We're publishing our 111th edition of the biweekly newsletter on Tuesday. This coming week, we're about 5,000 subscribers now. It's free currently. And what it does, it's a global, biweekly global business update. Covers a lot of countries and what's going on in the world and trends that can impact doing business here and overseas. Getting a lot of pluses on that. And I put a link in the notes, but I'll do it again. So this is my 50th year. You see that little logo there, Randy's. I don't know how many of you know what Randy's is. It's an iconic donut brand here in Los Angeles that is now spreading all over the world. That's one of our clients we're taking around the world. So it's great to be part of the Global Chamber. I think this is the organization in the world. All my 50 years, I've never seen any organization that is as comprehensive about the world as this one is. So that's great to be a member, Doug. Thank you for creating it.
Thank you. And one of my biggest thrills in the last several years has been meeting Bill in person in Marina del Rey, and so that was awesome. And thank you for sharing about Randy's. I've never been to a Randy's. I've driven past them. There's a big donut on the roof.
A big donut on the roof, yeah.
I knew it was iconic, so I'll definitely check one out this weekend. Congratulations on that work and all the work that you do. I'd like to also introduce Matt Salmon. He is a 5-time U.S. congressman. Those of you in Arizona know Matt very well. Representative Salmon has a distinguished career, and in the U.S. Congress, when he was there, he was the only one, and maybe still the only one ever in Congress who speaks Mandarin Chinese. So he was on a variety of different service programs with Congress. You'll have to give the specific one, Matt. But thank you so much for your leadership, now leading the global initiatives for Arizona State University. And we have Ben Farris, who will be talking about some of the career initiatives. Some of you may know Arizona State as, in the past, was a party school, and that was how its reputation was. This was 10, 20, 30 years or so ago, and that has changed dramatically under the leadership of President Michael Crow, who has turned into Arizona State into the #1 university in the United States as far as students, and also 5 years running the most innovative university in the United States. It's a world leader now all over the world, including in China and in Taiwan. And so, Matt, thank you for your leadership. Is there anything that you wanted to preface Bun's presentation before we get going with her?
Doug, thank you so much for your kind words. I appreciate it extremely. Arizona, I've lived in Arizona almost all my life. I'm 66, and I moved here when I was 12 years old. And when I got my bachelor's degree from Arizona State University in 1981, the graduation rate was 12%. It was definitely a different reputation back then at that time. Michael Crow came in 2002, and boy, he's just made this university into such a dynamo. And as you know, Doug, we assimilated Thunderbird, the Global School of Management, about 6 years ago. And Thunderbird, its reputation speaks for itself, especially on global affairs. But I'm so thrilled that Arizona has really come into its own when it comes to international relations and trying to attract global producers and marketers and play in the global arena in a much bigger way. And I've got to say, Doug, that a lot of that credit belongs to you. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. You've really tirelessly worked with the Global Chamber to try to put Arizona on the map. And I believe that day has arrived, and it doesn't come without cost. Now we're one of the most expensive places in the country for housing because the demand is so great, because a lot of people are trying to move here. But it is definitely a place to do business. My expertise has always been Asia, given my background in Mandarin, speaking Mandarin, and living in Taiwan and having visited China over 40 times. But there are phenomenal opportunities across the globe, and God bless you for leading the charge on that. Thank you.
You're very kind, too kind. Thank you. And Matt, by the way, I spoke with him this week, and he'll be part of the Women in Global Leadership program, our next one on August 22nd. We have a program, it'll be the 8th annual one in Phoenix. We started it with Squire Patton Boggs 8 years ago, and we started out with 4 or 5 women on the panel, and only women showed up. And then the 3rd year, we started having a man on the panel, and then men started showing up, which I think is really important. Besides creating prosperity for companies and regions around the world, I think all of us have maybe even an obligation is the right word to change people's behavior in a positive way in business and beyond. And one of those is to give everybody a chance and stop marginalizing people who have historically been marginalized, some of whom have been women. And so that's why we do that program, why men need to help out. And Matt has been very helpful for women throughout his career. He'll be talking about how he has approached it, and certainly it's an important topic for both men and women and all of us. So thank you, Matt, for agreeing to that, and for sharing on August 22nd. It's hold the date on that afternoon. It's a live and hybrid event. Ben Farris is leading career initiatives at ASU, and you have some new things to share with us. Thank you, Ben. This is our first time to meet, so I'm looking forward to learning more.
Yes. So to introduce myself, my name is Ben Faris. I'm the Associate Director for Global Career Initiative at the Career Services at ASU. I'm very familiar with, so I work with international students, specifically with international students. The number of international students at ASU, almost 15,000 international students, and that from almost like 157 countries. So we have a huge number of international students majoring all kind engineering, business, all above. So my goal to work with employers and let them know the process of hiring international students. So all these students coming to United States, Arizona State University, and they need your help to have some guidance or to have internship in your companies. Some of them can be like volunteer or unpaid, and of course pay it's better for them, so they can join to get their internship done in one of your companies, or to have the work authorization after they complete their degree. Both sides, I would love to meet with anyone have questions regarding the process, which it costs you zero money. And I found out the last year I worked with a couple companies, employers, and they were so surprised about how easy to hire international students. They just need guidance, and I'm here to help if you need any help. And that's my first. So I will learn more about the organization, and I would love to be more involved.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you for being so succinct and so clear. Does that include Thunderbird as well, or is that a separate?
Yes. So Global Career Initiative, my role is for all the university, and we have Career Center for Engineering, Business School, Thunderbird, all above. So I work with all of them.
Fantastic. What questions do people have? And I know Mike Patterson is in the room. Mike is a longtime original member of Global Chamber with Spencer Fane. They've hired many Arizona State University students at Spencer Fane. Mike, what school did you go to? I'm not sure. You didn't go to ASU.
Yeah, I'm a double devil. I had undergraduate in liberal arts from there, and then I went back to law school at Arizona State University, and we have grown in our office in we're 550 lawyers nationally, but we've grown the Phoenix office. I was lawyer number 6 7 years ago. We've grown it to 41, and we've added I think 5 or 6 Arizona State lawyer grads from the law school, and I'm very close to the Arizona State University Sandra Day O'Connor Law School. Very excited about it. And I go to, they invite me out when they all have their offer letters. They've got one from Stanford and Harvard and everything where they're not going to be able to pay for it. And they have ASU, and I go out to the cocktail and tell them, don't go there, come to ASU. You'll be happier. And they are.
That's great. Thank you so much for sharing. I have law degree, but from back home, Jordan. So I speak Arabic and English. I got my law degree from Jordan. And when I moved to United States in 1999, I got my professional leadership master degree and got to the immigration working with F1 and J1 students. So in charge of, how to maintain their immigration status while they are studying in United States. Great.
Amazing.
Great.
Congratulations. That's so. Any additional questions? It's great to know about Jordan as well. So I have some ideas there for you. I'll follow up with you separately.
Yeah, I've got a question.
Yeah, Chris.
What help do you give the students themselves to prep for getting into work, for finding employment?
So our career services, we have a lot of platforms. We also have Handshake. So I'm not sure if you are familiar with Handshake.
No.
Handshake platform where the company can join the Handshake as a third part. And if a student looking for internship, they can go to Handshake, and then they will see all the companies there and what they are hiring, and they can review the job description and apply. We do a lot of career fairs at ASU in person or virtual. Also to introduce you some. What I help the student, I collaborate with the international office, which is for internship. They will get the approval from the department and then mark their I-20 with the approval to work everything need to be related to student major. So we follow up with the process. So for example, you want to hire an international student and you will ask what kind of document I will need to hire him. So it's all on the student side. I don't want you to get and like confused or you think the process is long. The student need to follow up with the academic advisor. The student need to get his immigration paper. They will just add it to you. All you need to do, offer them the job offer. And once you have something specific, we can tell if this is, you can proceed or not. All it need to be related to student major. And the academic advisor will agree if it can be part-time or full-time.
Okay.
My email, if you have any question, please do not hesitate.
Yeah, sure. We'll get in touch.
Appreciate it.
Fantastic. Thank you. Sunny Vu, you're in the room. I don't know whether you can speak or not with HSP Group, but because you do work across borders with employer of record and other HR services, I'm going to guess that you end up working from time to time with ASU. Are you there? And can you just say hi? Sunny, are you there?
Yes, thanks, Doug. And sorry I couldn't show my camera. It's a little bit of a situation, but yeah. So I was an international student as well. So I just want to chime in that I wish that my school had something like what they have at ASU, because international students being able to work in the US is definitely a huge hassle. So I really appreciate what they're doing over there.
Fantastic.
I will reach out to you and you can be our alumni when we run any workshop, or sometimes the student need mentors, just, to mentor them.
Absolutely. And Doug, back to your point, I definitely reach out to Thunderbird because I mean, even within HSP, we're a company of only 150 employees, and we help companies expand globally. But we have a few colleagues of mine came from Thunderbird. So everywhere I see global people, there's ASU and there's Thunderbird. So definitely understand the influence.
Yes, thank you. I'm going to visit my brothers who lives in Australia. And yesterday I was wondering like what I'm gonna wear in the airport until I get to Australia. And then I find out I'm just gonna wear like a hoodie with a big sign saying ASU.
Very, very good. It's even though I've adjusted to ASU, Christina Wachter in the room and I are both University of Utah graduates, and we're tolerant of ASU. Because we usually have a better football team and at least a competitive basketball team. So Christina, I think we have to recognize that ASU's got their act together. Oh, and Christina may not be.
Yes, I have to. My mother is alum of ASU, so I do have a piece of my heart there. But go Utes! We're in a new league this season. We'll see how football goes this year.
Oh, that's right. It's all changed. So yeah, it was great while it lasted. So let's continue to collaborate. So thank you for sharing, and thank you for your intercultural work. There's a number of people here in this room, including Karina Getz, who does a lot of international work. And Karina, I love what you're doing with your LinkedIn posts around doing business in the Middle East. So if any of you are doing work there, UAE and Saudi Arabia are hot physically and from a business perspective. Karina is the person to contact. I love the fact that there are so many women in Global Chamber and even in this room here today that are powerful and making an impact and continue to do the work that you're doing. We're right behind you. Thank you. So Bon, thank you for sharing. We're going to continue to move along. Our next speaker is another amazing woman, Fenella McCarthy of House Brands. Fenella's calling in from Oxford, right? In the UK?
York.
In York, I'm sorry. Thank you very much. The old York, not the New York.
The original. I prefer the term original to old.
I see. So I love And Chris is an example of your team as well. I love what you've been able to do in terms of putting together ways for people to present themselves and their companies in very effective ways. And so thank you for sharing today. We look forward to learning more. Anything new and anything you'd like the Global Tribe to learn more about today?
Well, I've got a little presentation, so I don't know if you can let me share, or do I just share, or I don't seem to
Sure,
share.
just share. And while you're sharing, we've got about 20 minutes left. We're going to finish up at the top of the hour. And then we've got Fenella and one more. And then we've got probably a little bit of time. If anybody has any additional information they've got to share, we'll wrap up at the top of the hour. Thank you, Fenella. Yeah, we do see it.
I'm just trying to get it on slideshow, which is just annoying me. There we go. It's very quick. Don't worry. I'm not going to do overloads on PowerPoint, but I thought it was just easy to have something to talk to. So this is just a brief introduction to House Brands Toolkits. So we have a parent company, which is called House Brands, where we deal with brand and communications. But as a part of that, we have this specific offer called House Brands Toolkits, which is part of our mission to make brand and marketing expertise accessible to all. Because, you know, we've already had one consultant talking, and we know consultancy is expensive, and that's just because it's time consuming and you're getting experts in. And it is quite an innovative product, a service, because nobody else has done this. So the kind of things we're helping people to solve with these toolkits are, you know, my positioning, what's the best positioning for my product, my organization? How can I show I'm better than my competitors? How can I really make sure that I resonate with my target audience? It's all very well having them, but how do we make sure they listen and they sit up and take notice? And in fact, who should be my primary target market? You know, there's always that danger of being all things to all people. It means that you are nothing to everybody. And then compelling communications. How do you really cut through that white noise and make sure that people want to do business with you? What makes my brand special? What are my key messages? Obviously, if you have consistent set of key messages which you keep going out, sending out, then people are much more likely to hear who you are. They're likely to have much more effect. And then how should I present myself? By which we mean the look and feel. What should my identity be? What name would work best? What's my strapline? What are my comms? So those are the kind of issues that we can help organizations of all types and sizes do. So we can do it from our consultancy, but from our toolkits, we do this as well. So we have two sorts. We have one for organizations, well, there are several actually, but both charitable, i.e. not-for-profits and profits, and we have for large organizations and for smaller, leaner ones, which is why we're really focusing them. And then, and this is what I think was behind Chris's question to Bun, the individuals, because we have a personal branding toolkit, which helps young people, and I'll show you in a minute, really fast track on their careers by helping them focus and stand out and work out what makes them special. And the joy of these is they're fully comprehensive, they're online, you get access 24/7. Everything you need is in there. You do not need to have any prior knowledge. You do not need to go any books or training courses. Everything you need to do to create a professional brand definition or a personal brand is in there. And we've just started, and it's quite exciting actually, because they're another Global Chamber member. We've just got a contract and developed our first, these are all toolkits online one-to-one, but we've just developed a program for our personal brand with the London Intercultural Academy. Lulu's a bunch. We've developed it into a video program, so that will be going live with them, which is which we're very excited about. It's not quite live yet. We've done our bit, but we're just waiting for the final touches for it to be uploaded. So in terms of what's your purpose, the one which is aimed at organizations, it really helps you with your marketing and communication strategy, your brand strategy. It gives you your narrative, you know, a really compelling way of writing your narrative and key messages. It's a brief for all your identity and your other comms, your social media, website, everything. And it really will help you stand out and get noticed and get selling. It's perfect for almost any business, but the ones we're really targeting at the moment are the not-for-profits, SMEs, startups, and entrepreneurs, really. The leaner, smaller organizations who are used to having to do everything themselves. And this can really help them save money and save time. And everything's in there that you need. And then the one which is direct to you, the personal brand one, we've called Why Me. Again, it's the first of its type. What this helps people do is focus on what's important. It helps them create a public persona and how to deal with their social media. It really makes them clarify what makes them special. Why am I so good? Why should you hire me? That's the question it's helping people answer, and it helps them do a stronger CV, job application process and interviews. And so this is ideal for students who are, out to go into the bigger wide world, or even if they're thinking of doing a master's or something afterwards, or anyone wanting to change or revitalize their career. But it's to really help them get on and get quicker. So one of the questions Cesar asked me to ask was, what help are we looking for from the Global Chamber? Well, I guess we're looking for referrals and recommendations and getting to talk to people, introductions, maybe sharing and liking our posts, speaking opportunities, any meet and greets or workshops. We will, in fact, be running a workshop for marketing and comms entrepreneurs at the end of July. So we'll let you all know about that, because it's a free webinar and anybody is welcome on that. So we'll be doing that. So any of that kind of help. And in terms of our target audiences, well, as I said, with What's Your Purpose, our organizational brand development program, we're looking for SMEs, startups, so anybody which has groups of those, really, because these are obviously our sales strategy is high volume, relatively inexpensive products. So we're looking for volume. So if there are people who have, entrepreneurial courses or enterprise schools, we're looking for those. But any SME startups, whether they're charitable, not-for-profit, or whether they're in profit. And Why Me? We're looking for young people, I guess, through universities. And we've just heard how wonderful Arizona is. So maybe we could have a chat with you. Any kind of training schemes or leadership and personal development courses, coaching and training. And what we will do is offer a finder's fee offered to all GC Global Chamber members for any successful referrals. So if we get to do some sales, then obviously we will make sure that it's worth your while to introduce us to these people. And that was a very fleeting introduction to our House Brands Toolkits offer. And thank you very much. And obviously any questions if anybody has any.
Fantastic. Thank you, Fenella. Any questions? And while we're waiting for any questions, the UK is a pretty hot place as well. Even you had mentioned earlier, summertime starting. Philip, I see you're in the room, and when I think of the UK, I think of summer, and I think of our July barbecue at Global Chamber London. I don't know whether you and Fenella will be getting together there for the barbecue, but Philip, are you there? And can you say hi? Because I really respect what Headwind does regarding your business process improvement and getting companies to get to the next level.
Excellent. Thank you, Doug. And yes, of course, we are going to be at the barbecue, because one, why wouldn't you? Because it's on a lovely rooftop in London. And two, actually, it's in the face-to-face gatherings that we've had the most success with Global Chamber in meeting and greeting and starting to do business together, which is always brilliant. So my name's Philip. I'm at Headwind. Many of you, some of you know me, and some of you don't. So there's this really nice blend of familiar faces and new faces on the screen. So thank you very much. We've been global members, chamber members, for 2 or 3 years now, and as I say, it's been good because we've met some people, we've done some business together. As seems to be traditional today, I'm going to do a little bit of presentation, but probably not too much.
Oh yeah, we don't have too much time. Maybe only a couple minutes. Maybe just a couple.
Doug, this is Cesar jumping in here. Sorry, Philip is supposed to be one of the presenters. I see we missed to add him into the website, but he was confirmed. I was just texting you about that. So
there we go. Okay, this is why Doug's doing the chit chat and I'm launching into my presentation.
Yeah.
Don't you worry, Doug. I got my 5-minute slot going and my timer is started.
Amazing. Okay, gotcha.
So,
all right. Sorry, I missed that. Please go ahead. I was just saying hi. So it must have been God intervening.
Absolutely. I thought you were so on the ball and keeping to time because you go, look, we've got a few minutes left. Let me tee up Philip straight away. Because us and House Brands, as you know, we know each other from the face-to-face meetings, and obviously we're both in the UK. So Headwind is a strategic business planning consultancy. We are based here in London, but we work internationally. We've got clients around the world. And we are looking particularly to expand into the US at the moment because that's, well, a fun and exciting place and where there is a great depth within the global chamber. So we thought it would be a good thing to talk about. And we've heard people talk about consultancy and strategy today, and it's all true. And what we find is often needed is that business owners and boards sometimes struggle to articulate what they're trying to achieve, to set the boundaries and guardrails around the other kinds of consultancy they're going to invest in, whether it's marketing, whether it's outsourcing, whether it's process efficiency. There needs to be something that helps them join the dots and tie it all together so they can then make the best use of the resources they've got and the resources they think they can get. And so that's where we generally fit in, is working with the leaders in that traditional trusted partner sort of way to help them turn their challenges into business value. And we often do it alongside companies possibly like yours. We get companies telling us brilliant things at the end where they've got a strategy, they've seen it on a page, they know how all the pieces fit together, and they get more stuff done than they would if they hadn't worked with us in the first place. They make better uses of the resources that they have, they make better uses of their time. We've got one client who is a family business. He's looking to transition to the third generation of a family business, which is always a tricky stage. And they've been very, very successful. But he is involved in every single aspect of their business. They do everything from decisions that merge two production facilities and will save them 6 figures per week. So really big strategic decisions. He's also in the staff canteen in the cafeteria worrying about how many paper towels get used. And there's some sort of disconnect. So part of our work together is helping him focus and realize where the value of his time for himself and for his family is in focusing on the big picture stuff rather than the smaller things. As I say, we work internationally, doing insights and expertise. We are a little bit the all things to all people, because in this helping people think more clearly about their stuff, sometimes it's business and operating models. Sometimes they've done acquisitions that haven't quite gone right or created the value that they were hoping. Sometimes it's about exits and building value and growth. We are always helping them think more clearly, join the dots, and define clearly what they want to achieve so they can then go out and do it. And then we can work alongside them to make sure that they achieve those results in practice. What are we looking for today from this group? As I said, we're very much looking to expand our client base internationally and in the US. Our particular focus at the moment is on the mid-sized companies, on the family-owned companies, and particularly companies that have got portfolios of, they've done acquisitions that they're trying to make work better together, whereupon, they can work with people like Fenella and Bob. And in fact, some of Bob's slides, I thought, heck, we could put those up in terms of our client base. I thought, okay, I'm going to borrow some of those later. So there's one side, and as Fenella said, obviously, if a referral comes through, then we will do right by you and vice versa. The other side is the partnering side. So many of you have got your own consulting firms, your own service offerings, and we do a lot of work with partners where we add some sort of strategic alignment, value wrapper, add-on, whatever you need to call it, is that we can work alongside you with your clients to make sure that you can do your best work. Because if they can't articulate what they need you to achieve, then we all know that's either slightly difficult to actually win the work in the first place, or when you do win it, you spend a lot of time with them trying to figure out what it is they want you to do, and that can be painful. So that's the two things we're looking for: introductions and working together with the good folks at Global Chamber. traditional contact us slide. There's my details in the upper corner. There's the general company details over there. Do connect. And of course, we will offer the if you need a conversation, I'll put a booking link in the chat, and we're very happy to have a free consultation with you or your clients. There we go. Thank you very much.
Fantastic. Thank you, Philip. Great information, really powerful solutions, and congratulations on that in the UK and beyond, and now in the US. Does anybody have any questions? And I think we have a few minutes here because I don't see Dr. Krupa Mehta in the room unless there's another name here, but I think we're okay. So Cesar, unless I'm missing her, are you there?
Yeah, no, I don't see her either.
Okay, so then we have about 5 minutes. And so my suggestion is if there's any questions for Philip, any questions for any of the speakers, I think they're all still on the line. Please feel free to jump in and say hi and anything that's coming up. We mentioned Karina earlier, and Bill, I saw your your seal of approval for Karina, which is great. So welcome, Karina. I know you've always got some programs. You had the workshop here recently as well. I understand that went really well. So congratulations on that. Anything that you'd like to share, or anybody else with questions or anything else?
Hey, Doug, this is Pankaj. And so we know each other. We are working for many years. So thank you so much.
Karina.
Thank you so much. Last night endorsement. So we are a global VC fund manager. We live here in Charlotte, North Carolina. I'm a US citizen. My company is in US. Around the world, we are working. So all the audience who share the email, I just take the opportunities, email, please contact us. We are global fund manager. We are helping only funding. So we can help each other as a fund manager. Without money, no one can do anything. We did that part.
Some big projects that Pankaj just put together. So congratulations on that, and thank you for that. Semiconductor is of high interest, and of course, a lot of interest globally around semiconductors, including in Arizona. So thank you.
So next year I'm coming. The SEMI-OS this year in San Francisco. Next year is Arizona. So before that, probably, we are coming there. And also we are a SEMI member as well as World Economic Forum member. So we are joining World Economic Forum member online. So we need little bit of money, 20 million to 1.5 billion revenue. If we reach that, we can join World Economic Forum around the world. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Juan Kerr is in the call. He's a new member with Alliance BPO. Juan, this is probably your first meeting, so I don't mean to put you on the spot, but are you available to say hi? One of the dynamics with BPO, with his company Alliance BPO, is the Sonora, Arizona connection. We've been talking a little bit about Arizona, but they're based in Hermosillo. That was one of our first chapters of Global Chamber, largely because of Phoenix sister cities, and very dynamic region with a very strong connection to the US and in particular to Arizona. And in the case of Juan, his company, Alliance BPO, does business process outsourcing based on talent from Mexico. Huge business. He may not be.
Yes, thank you for that. I don't have my video available, but it's nice to meet all of you. Thank you. It's nice meeting all of you. This is my first time joining this meeting, and I look forward to getting to learn more about your companies. It's been a great experience so far today, and thank you for the introduction, Doug. I'm pretty sure that I will be more engaged going forward. Thank you.
I didn't mean to put you on the spot. I know it's new.
No worries.
One person that might be good for you to meet is Sipile, who's down in Querétaro. She's our advisory board chair for Global Chamber Querétaro. And so she's in the call. I know Sipile, I don't mean to put you on the spot as either, but in terms of some of the work that you're doing in your business, very important. And thank you for helping with the chapter in Querétaro. We have about 20 chapters in Mexico, and Querétaro is a key state and a key region for Global Chamber. Hi, how are you?
Hello, thank you so much, Doug. Yes, I'm very excited. I have baby in hand.
I knew you took some time off, and that's the reason, isn't it?
Yes, and she's growing like a wildflower. So, Juan, I would love to meet up with you and hear about your BPO operations anytime. And of course, anybody that is doing some nearshore work or needing to establish some operations in Mexico, please reach out to me. Always just want to hear what you're doing and more about your company. I'd love to connect with people. So I will throw my LinkedIn in the chat. So please reach out. And thank you, Doug. Yes, I'm very, very excited to start as the chair and to help grow Global Chamber. I love what we do.
Congratulations. What's your baby's name?
Sophia.
Sophia. She's beautiful.
Thank you.
Congratulations. So thank you, Juan. We'll get you guys connected. Before we close the room, I'd like to, if Tamer Flores, you're available, because we're kind of in the Spanish-speaking Hispanic area. Tamer is an expert in that area, but he's an expert on international, and he's got a process to be able to help companies grow internationally. Tamer, anything new, or 30 seconds? Hi.
Yes, thanks for the 30 seconds. Basically, what I do is I direct the global expansion orchestra of my clients. I find the people that they need, and I make it sound perfectly. So I have, as you said, a process, and I have created a flowchart to decide what is the best strategy for expansion between franchising, acquisition, joint venture, and subsidiaries. So with 3 easy questions, I can define that with my clients, and I help them execute the strategy. So that's the summary of what I do. Thank you for the 30 seconds.
Thank you. Melissa, Project Hope. I'd love to give you the last word, because we have the women, very powerful women, very important women having impactful efforts around the world. You're doing some really great work with Project Hope. I don't know if you have a chance to just say hi, but congratulations on your work, and thank you for your very important work in Africa and elsewhere.
Thank you. Thank you for my 30 seconds as well. I am the Director of Corporate and Foundation Partnerships at Project Hope. Project Hope is a global health and emergency response organization. We train healthcare workers in about 28 countries with local communities, local healthcare workers, and public health systems to create sustainable programs and strengthen the healthcare systems around the world in under-resourced communities. We also respond to many emergencies and humanitarian crises, such as Turkey and Syria, Ukraine. We've been in Haiti for quite some time, and we respond to most natural disasters and hurricanes and things like that. Appreciate the opportunity to be introduced and the opportunity to be a part of the program, and look forward to more communication with everybody. Thanks, Doug.
Thank you. I believe, have only 1 or 2 more events today. I know the Global Chamber Texas is meeting at 10 a.m. Pacific time, noon Texas time, talking about some opportunities with different speakers. Next week is a very busy week. Have a lot of different activities, including our online global women networking with Maria Putnam, and a variety of other programs, including and culminating in the League of Extraordinaries, which is a similar program to this, allowing members to connect with each other and be each other's business referral partner. Any last words, Cesar? Cesar Trabanco is a Global Chamber in Puerto Rico. He runs our Connection Center. Everybody knows Cesar at Global Chamber because of all the great work that he and the team does. Anything that we should know about? Anything we left out?
Yeah, no, Doug. So for next week, we also have the event on Monday with Fund Sniper. So anyone interested in funding and and capital investment. We're launching a community with them. So check our calendar. And I'm managing on Tuesday the Caribbean call and the call in Spanish. So 2 different calls that I manage. So if any of you are interested, send me an email, check the calendar, register. I'm happy to support. And so thanks everyone who presented today. And to finish, I wanted to go back to Wimbledon as we started. And so in case you didn't know, on July 14th, it's gonna be the Wimbledon's men's final. It's gonna be the Eurocup final. It's gonna be the Copa America, the American Cup final. So it's gonna be a busy Sunday for sports, everyone. Thank you, Doug. Thanks.
Yeah, and we're kicking off our Olympics activities as well. Global Chamber has a Paris Olympics activity with, I think, 8 podcasts and an event culminating on August 4th, I believe, a series of activities. And so watch for that over the next coming weeks. Hey, everybody, thank you for being here. You are amazing. Continue to be global and unstoppable. Sorry we went a couple minutes over. Take care. Have a great Friday. Jump in when you can. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye.
Happy weekend.
Thank you. Take care, everybody.
Thank you, Doug. Thank you, Cesar. Everyone.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.